a very warm welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. You're most definitely watching 3T TV, which is Thika's #1 online news channel, where we are telling the Thika story as it is. My name is Juliet Moloni, and today we are coming to you on location from Edgewood Country Place, which is a hotel and restaurant that is located in Maboromoko, which is off Gatanga Road. Edgewood Country Place is your one-stop shop where everybody is catered for. From the corporates, they have wonderful grounds where you can have team building, you can host conferences as well. For individuals, they have grounds where you can host a party, and on Sunday, the families can bring out everybody for a family fun day. So don't forget to check them out. Today, I'm bringing you Countdown 2022. This is a program where we invite the men and women who are vying for different elective seats in this great town that is Thika and in the larger Kiambu County. We have conversations with them. We want to know what their manifesto is and why we should vote them in. Because like we have been saying, this time around we have to change the narrative and we have to do things differently. So I hope that by the end of this particular segment, if you have not subscribed to this wonderful channel, we will have given you a good reason enough to. Let us dive right into it. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Thank you for finding time to come and talk to us. Let's start by you introducing yourself. Let us know who you are and a brief background.
All right.
Yes.
My name is Jane Kamunge. Was born and raised in Muranga, Kandara sub-county, Ruana village, where I went to Macharage Primary School. Later, I went to Pangani Girls in Nairobi. From Pangani Girls, I went to Igoji Teacher Training College, where I graduated as a teacher, which was my desire. I actually met my desire. And from there, I taught for a short time in Muranga before coming to Thika, where I have been for a very, very, very long time. In the course of my teaching, I have continued to learn as an educationist. I have done National Higher Diploma in Psychology. Currently, I have already completed the Bachelor's in Theology, and I have also done several short courses which have enabled me in my place of work, like a human resource with Nairobi University. I've also done leadership with the Presbyterian University, and I will continue to learn.
Wow, that is quite a rich history.
Thank you.
So from the village you went to Pangani Girls.
Yes.
How was that change going to Nairobi?
Well, it wasn't very easy, but soon I was able to fit in, and because from when I was young, I've always been someone who knew what you wanted. So it didn't take me long to fit.
To adapt.
To adapt into city life.
Now, we popularly know you as Mwalimu.
Yeah.
You have a rich history in the classroom.
Yes.
Please take us through the schools that you have taught here in Thika and the changes that you've brought about.
Okay. When I came to Thika, I was posted to St. Patrick's Primary School, where I left after doing a successful interview to be a deputy. I went to Queen of Holy Rosary as a deputy, where I did so well in Kiswahili, getting recognition. Then deep inside me, I had a call of working in a special school, and there happened to be a vacancy, and I was able to go to Joytown Primary School, where I served very religiously for 6 years. It was from there I was identified as a leader, and straight away I was given a school, that is Queen of Rosary. Actually, I was recalled from holidays to be informed that I have been given that appointment. During my stay in Holy Rosary, I worked hard because, by the way, I went to teaching by choice. There were many choices, but I chose that one. So I've always enjoyed. I worked very, very hard for several years, improving every year. And as a result, I do not know what happened, because the education office thought it's the high time I be given a challenge of taking care of many schools. And so over a holiday, I saw Joytown school bus bringing me a letter telling me I have been appointed as the headmistress of Queen of Holy Rosary. So from there, that is how I moved from being a headmistress to being an education officer.
Wow.
During this time as an education officer, I served in several dockets. At one time, I was the staffing officer, and it was so marvelous because there were no noise. I would be able to silence. Let's say like the town clerk would want a teacher to be taken to a certain school. I enjoyed the fact that I was not directly employed by the municipal council, and so I would ask him, sir, if you had less personnel in education and you have more in health, where would you take the new person? And he would say gladly that I'll take him or her to the education, and I would tell him, sir, that is how the situation is. And so if he needed a favor, he would straight away agree with me, take the teacher where she or he is required to go.
Means you are a go-getter.
I go-get very silently and, of course, respectively.
Strategically.
Yes. Yeah.
That is good. You have a very rich history in the classroom.
Yes.
And very many of us pass through your hands.
Yes.
And we thank you for that. Now, the reason why we have this sitting is because you harbor political ambitions. Please tell us which seat you are vying for come the next elections.
Well, first, I'll give a bit of background that in 2017, I vied for the seat of woman rep, and as I was going around Kiambu County, I realized that our people, especially women and girls, were suffering a lot, and so that ambition never died. And that is why this time round I said Thika, because the incumbent have opted to go for Kiambu governor, I take his seat. And since he had done so well, I thought, why not, so that I can continue with the good work that he has done. I always smile when I visit schools and I see how good they are looking.
So which seat are you vying for? Come August.
I am vying for Member of Parliament for Thika Town constituency.
Wonderful. Member of Parliament.
Yes.
And I like the fact that you've mentioned the incumbent. And you know, they say it is good to give credit where it's due.
Sure.
He has done a great job and brought a change. Seeing to it, why do you want to be the next Member of Parliament for Thika? What vision do you have for this great town in light of your priority areas if you're elected?
Well, if I am elected, my goal number one is to see education go back where it was. During the years when we were in education office, or when I was, we did very well. The rise and the doing was 90 degrees. In central Kenya, they were all looking upon us, and the municipalities of Kenya for that time, we used to lead. And so I can't wait to see our education going back to where it was, because whatever we did that time, I still have it in me. That is nurturing teachers, recognizing them, nurturing the students, and also the parents, showing them the importance of being a partaker in their children's education, regardless. Why education? Because education is what makes us equal, whether you are from a poor background or an elite background. When you do the exams, it is the papers you present, and therefore that is why I would want some of the children who have very poor background to know they can still make it.
What other areas do you want to bring about change?
The other area that I would want to bring change, not necessarily change, or maybe build upon it, there is the health. I know it is a docket for county government, but it is my desire and wish to work very well with the county government, so that if it is matters of health, they will be looked into, so that the elderly and the children, especially primary school, because they are our future, and the elderly are the ones who took care for us, who took care of our country. I would want them to get special treatment by being given insurance, unconditional insurance when they are unwell. And also, the children are our future.
Yes.
And therefore, I look at them with a very special eye. There are some parents who cannot be able to afford. And you see children dying early, and they shouldn't have died anyway. So that is why I would want to see them given insurance. There is also this issue of our young men who have taken into drugs, who have taken into alcoholism, and there is a lot of apathy. I would also want us to have a rehabilitation center so that we can regain them back and take them back into the society, because they are our children, they are our sons and daughters. Yeah.
Yeah. Moving on.
Yes. The next one is, of course, infrastructure. We all want life to be easy, especially when it comes to movement. How are our roads? Can we be able to move from where we are staying? They should be put right. Even in the estates where we are staying, it is good to have areas where people can walk comfortably without having to go without shoes because of the water that is stagnating. One thing we know, stagnated water causes malaria and other diseases. Therefore, I would want to see areas such as Keganjo, Kisii, and the rest. We take care of them. Also, security. You know, when we talk of security, where the lighting system is not in order, it is possible, because of the poverty level that we are experiencing, for even good people to turn out to be muggers. So that is another area we would want to look into. How about water and sanitation? Yes, that's another area because of health and also clean water, and making sure part of Thika that does not have water gets water. I recently visited a place called Salama, and they told me they don't have water. How about the schools? They also told me they don't have any public school in that place. Their children are going 80 kilometers to get a public school, and that one is not acceptable. So schools and hospitals. I've been to areas where they tell me, like Keganjo, they don't have a dispensary. That when they are sick, they have to carry their patients to Kiandutu. And so that is also another area, you know, taking services close to the people so that they enjoy this life. And that is why we are leaders, to take care, to minimize their pains. The other thing is also to encourage our investors to come up with industry, so that our young people who are completing schools, we should be able to assist wherever we can, whether it is looking for land, so that they come up with buildings and factories, so that our young people get jobs. Coming to the last one is economic empowerment. It's not the last, but I didn't put them in order though. Economic empowerment. If we take care of infrastructure, I am sure some of the people will be able to come up with ways and means of getting empowered. Why? Say you have grown vegetables somewhere, somehow, and you would want them to go to the market, and there is a road that takes you to the market. Surely you will be economically sound. And for young people, I'm encouraging them. They are young, they can think, they can come together and come up with something. They become innovative, so that our challenge would be, are we able to fund this innovation? Yeah, that is something I'm encouraging them to do. How about the government funds? Whereas we would want this money to reach those people who are already established and those who are not yet. Come up with groups and businesses, so that when we get that seat, we will make sure that money reaches them. And I think that way we will be able to improve our lives socially, even health. We will improve. And you know what, Juliet? Health is wealth. When you have good health, you are already wealthy, because you can be able to work. You can be able to be innovative. You will be able to do your business, to take care of yourself and your family.
Sure.
Yeah.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the broadcast, you mentioned that you vied for Women Rep seat in 2017.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
What lessons did you learn from them?
Well. One thing I learned is that vying is not fun. You have to have a drive, which may be people-oriented or service-oriented or self-oriented. And for that, you will vie. It is not easy, because it requires a lot of finances, because poverty has made our people think once you vie, you have money. And that is not the real thing. The real thing is that, like, I have a drive to lead, because I know what I want for my people. And so I may not necessarily have a lot of money. I may have enough to take me to places and to get involved like I do. If I find a group that is doing well to improve themselves economically, you can chip in something, so that they, if they had, let's say, 30,000 and you make it 40, you have made them grow instantly. So it is not easy. Resources are required a lot. But we will finish the race though. The other one is that, like me, the way I went to Kiambu, those people have never let me go. They still call, and I find myself getting involved in their affairs. Some may call me because they are sick, they have lost their loved ones. It is a church they are building. Others, let's go and pray, like Ikemende, where people used to die. They will come, Mheshimiwa, we pray. We need God to intervene. And even school fees. I have found myself paying school fees because a child is doing well and has no money. And being a teacher, teachers get a meager salary, but somehow it's like God expands it. Because I found myself doing things I never imagined I could do. So that's a challenge in itself, because they still want you. The other one is it is when you think of you may not understand what people want. You can't, therefore you need to really mingle with them. I really tried to do that, and I understood. I hear some places they have sufurias which I bought for them, and they are called Kamunge to date. It is interesting though, and you find that you love those people with all your heart because they are yours.
You've brought in an interesting twist that leads me to the next question.
Okay.
Thika has had other members of parliament before. If elected, you won't be the first.
No.
How different will your leadership be?
One thing I know during the course of my career, I know involving the people who are affected will make my work easier. Are they businessmen? I would want to work with them so that their businesses thrives. How? I may not know their mind. Having forums where they are participating, and I, as their member of parliament, I'll take the information to the relevant authorities so that if they are hurt in any way, like now they are crying a lot because of VAT, that is something I will present and or lobby in parliament, so that, because I know lobbying helps, so that it is addressed by each and every one of us. So that is one way involving them. The other one is close supervision. Don't just give projects or you say that things be done and you don't get involved. I would want to be involved in my own way by actually visiting and seeing what is happening. And if there is anything wrong, if it is a road, surely whoever may be having it, we would have to talk and say, please, improve here. Yeah.
Awesome. That is good. That is great. Now, as we come to the end of this wonderful discussion,
okay.
I'd like you to talk to the Thika people and tell them a word or two.
Okay. Thika people, how are you? I know come August 9th, 2022, you are ready for me, as I am more than ready for you. Please, vote for Mwalimu Jane Kamunge, and our lives will never ever be the same again, such that whoever comes when I will be out of that office will feel ashamed of taking his, of giving you less. Thank you. I love you so much.
Thank you so much, Mwalimu, for making time.
Yeah.
And we here as a 3T team, we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And if you clinch the seat, we'd want to have you back, so that you tell us how you plan to execute
Thank you.
the issues you've stated.
You can be sure you'll be part of that, because I have spoken when we are together.
Yes.
I'll invite you to come and follow me up.
Okay.
I will also want to say that I am a result-oriented person, and I don't take less. Yeah, awesome. You will witness.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Madam Jane Kamunge, who we popularly know as Mwalimu, who is vying for Member of Parliament in Thika. I have been your host, Juliet Modhoni. Until next time, take care.